Hello and welcome back to the Pocket Network podcast. I'm your host, Margarita Petrosian, and each week I sit down with real estate professionals to talk about industry challenges, industry standards, practices, and so much more. This week I'm with Jay with Inside the Box, California. How are you doing, Jay?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. And for everyone watching, if you just look behind Jay, that is a custom designed shipping container home, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. And it looks great, Jay, so far. Is that your latest project?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we are just finishing up. In fact, we have our final inspection 1 week from yesterday, and we just got power from Edison today, so we have lights and so forth on in there. So yeah, we're really excited. It took us just about 6 months to build it from start to finish.
Incredible. And how many square feet is the one behind you?
The one behind me is 759 square feet with a 320 square foot roof deck on top of that. And then also along with that, we built a 160 square foot ADU as well.
And that's behind the property.
That is, I don't know if I can find it for you. It's over there somewhere by the trucks.
Yeah, I think I see it. Yes.
Yeah. So it's both of them are on the property here. We're out here in Joshua Tree. And these are both going to be on the Airbnb, I believe, or short-term rental.
Incredible. So this is an investor purchasing this property.
That's correct. It's already sold, yes.
And do you usually sit down with the investor or the whoever's purchasing the property to help them design this home?
Well, I can do that, but this one was all me. So I put everything into it myself. I made the choices. I do have a in-house designer that helped with some of the finishes on the inside. We went pretty basic on this one, but yeah, I designed the whole product myself.
Incredible. And do you have like a designing experience? What's your background?
Well, I'm 43 years in the construction field, and just recently for the last 10 years, I worked for a luxury builder in Corona del Mar, California, and we're building anywhere from $10 to $20 million houses. And, so I've just kind of done everything my whole life, and it's progressed to this. I had a dream about doing container homes. I saw them online like everybody else and thought, man, that looks fun and easy. Well, it's not. It is fun, but it's not easy. That's for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So what's the durability on these homes? Like, do you have to do anything special to make sure that they last longer?
Well, we're on a pretty good sized foundation here, and then there's a bunch of steel in the concrete. And then the containers are welded to the steel and the concrete, and then they're welded to each other. So super strong, like unbelievably strong. It's much stronger than a conventional built house with, 2x4 framing and stucco walls.
Yeah. And how long do these homes typically last?
This can last forever. I mean, as long as even if you get some scratches or it gets a little rusty, it's meant to do that. The shipping containers are made of a product called Corten steel that is meant to put a rust layer. If some damage happens to it, some kind of scratch or dent, it'll rust up real quick, and that protects the steel. So there's shipping containers out there right now from, like the 80s, right?
Oh, wow.
So, and they're still in function. So, yeah, these should last forever.
Wow. Okay. And then, so I'm assuming, do you put some type of layer on the inside of the home?
Yeah, we can go inside. I don't know if you're able to see. Why don't we go in there and we can take a look. Excuse me while I get up the steps. You can see what's going on inside here. So this is a kitchen area and living room area.
Yeah.
So we frame out the inside. Yeah, it looks like a normal home. There's the stairs to the second floor. And so you frame it out. We frame it out just like a regular house on the inside. And, it's insulated with closed cell foam, which is, we can get a much better R value from the closed cell foam than you can with regular fiberglass insulation. So our walls here, in a 3-inch cavity, we get an R21, and you would normally only be able to get R15. So we have
R21,
much better insulation. Yeah.
R21 means, is that something with the thermal conductivity of the steel?
Exactly. So it just basically, in layman's terms, it means it's just that much better insulated from the heat and from the cold.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Your normal house, your normal house, they're requiring anywhere between R15 and R19, and we have R21.
Incredible. Yeah, one of the concerns that a lot of people have online when you just search up these custom shipping container homes is that the steel obviously by itself has a low thermal conductivity. So then the temperature is not very regulated. A lot of people were complaining that inside it's either too cold or too hot depending on the outside temperature. So it's very interesting that I guess it's based on what you line the inside with.
It's basically we build here in California. It's inside the box California. So we have an engineer who designs the insulation for the house. We just don't decide what we're going to put in there. We have an engineer tell us what to put in there. And like in the roof is R38. We have R30 in the floors and R21 in the walls. So it's actually stays really, really nice in here all the time. And we've had last week, the weather out here was 104. And so everybody just wanted to work in the house, because it was nice and cool in the house. So yeah, we've got that problem solved. That's not an issue at all.
Okay, and then you did say that these homes can last forever, but the actual shipping containers, are those recycled or are those just brand new shipping containers made for this purpose?
So these shipping containers, so if you want to build a shipping container house in California, you have to use a new container or what they call a one ship. So it can ship one time and it can't have any toxic materials in it or anything like that. So basically these are new shipping containers. So when I received them, they were pristine, like perfect. And then we just cut them apart and tear them up and weld them back together.
And typically how do you regulate or how do you track what these shipping containers have actually shipped? Is that the seller that gives you that information, or is there some place?
Yeah, we get that from. Yeah, we know what's shipped in it. There is a site online that you can check. It'll tell you what's gone in every single shipping container. So that's fairly new since I believe since 2016 they've had to do that. The regulation is so you're able to check it. But we know that what was shipped in these containers was safe and not an issue. So.
Yeah. And honestly, online, I have read that even if toxic chemicals were shipped in the container, all you have to do is just change the flooring and it won't do anything to whoever's living inside.
Right. That would be true, but I don't buy anything that ever has anything toxic in it. It doesn't make any sense for me. So.
Yeah, so there's literally no chance of any type of toxic chemicals being exposed inside the home. So that's nice.
No chance at all.
I wonder if California had to play catch up with their lawmaking since shipping container homes did get a little more popular. I wonder how it is that they figured out that could be a problem and had to make a law to protect people.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure the backstory on that, why they did it, but it's pretty much California-wide. You have to use a new container. We see people out here in the desert who don't get a permit or anything, and they use whatever container they can get the cheapest, but they look really bad and it's not following the rules. So here in San Bernardino County, they have it's really kind of nice. They have a 12-page booklet on what you have to do in order to build a shipping container house. So, our questions were all answered at that point.
That's nice. That's nice to have something set up so that you don't do all the work and then have to go back and fix whatever new regulations or whatever it is that come out. So another question for you. I'm assuming shipping home container homes, they run cheaper than just building a regular home.
Well, unfortunately, that's not true. It's about the same price. And sometimes depending on what we do, it may even be just a little bit more. So wow. As you know, in the economy that we're in right now, everything is out the window. The inflation is killing everybody, but it does save a lot of time. Like I said, we built both of these structures in 6 months where it's really difficult to do that with the regular house. So especially a 2-story house with a roof deck. So the speed is a concern, right? So we're able to do it a lot quicker. And also the nice thing about a shipping container house is as soon as we do our foundation and we set the containers, we're protected, right? We're inside, we have cover. On a normal house, it may be months before you can actually get it covered up and work inside and be sealed off from the weather.
Yeah. So for someone buying the home, I hear that one of the benefits, the biggest benefits, is the time that it'll take to create it. But other than that, if it is the same cost, what do you think is why should people choose a shipping container home versus just building a regular home?
Well, I mean, it's first of all, they look really cool, right? It's a super cool thing to do. The other reason is, and this is another reason that I got into it, is I don't believe that people need to live in a bigger structure, right? I mean, we build these McMansions all over the place. It's just like out of control, right? So I feel like you should just live in as much room as you really need, and keep your footprint low. And that'll actually keep your house price low, right? Even if you did that with the stick built. But with the container, you can be, especially on a smaller container, you could be out in 4 months, right? You could be living in your house in 4 months. So it's just a lot faster. And, we are utilizing a product that would be eventually in the landfill or, just sitting out on a property somewhere or something. So we are recycling to a certain extent and, putting a better product out there as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. And for like a normal neighborhood, like right now in my neighborhood, in my entire city, I've never seen a shipping container home. Can you build a shipping container home really anywhere, any city, or does it have to be around other homes like it, or does there have to be a certain, I don't know, any regulations for that?
Well, there's not really a regulation for it. Obviously, you would have a harder time in an HOA, right? With the homeowners association, they're probably going to give you a hard time with it. But I've built container homes in Dana Point before. So I know we can build them in Dana Point. And I think in the future, and I get calls every day. I mean, people want to build them all over the place. So I think as long as you're not in an HOA and, we do it tastefully. In the city of Long Beach, they allow them, but they don't want to see the metal container walls on the outside, which I think are beautiful, right? So in Long Beach, we can do it, but we have to veneer the outside with some kind of a
So
side.
you would never even know.
I'm sorry?
So you would never even know it was a shipping container.
Yeah, so you would never even know. So what's the point, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense. But yeah. I believe in time, they're going to come around and understand that, it's just different architecture, right? It's a different style.
Yeah, for sure. I know people that stay at shipping container homes for Airbnb, and the only reason they chose that house versus a regular house is because it looks cool and they get to post it on their social media.
Yeah, that's true. This is going to be short-term on Airbnb, actually. They think the minimum they're going to do in this house over a year's time is $250,000. So that proves incredible. Your point right there. It's an amazing for the investment they made here,
especially in that area.
I'm sorry.
Especially in your area.
In this area. Yeah, it's a great area for if you haven't been to Joshua Tree. Your listeners out there, it is truly one of the most unique and beautiful places you can go. The national park, it just looks like you're somewhere else, like you're on Mars, right? So I wouldn't go in the summer months because it's really hot, but 9 months out of the year, it's really a fantastic trip to make, and it's 2 hours from Los Angeles.
Oh, right. It's pretty close. It's closer than Palm Springs, or is it just past?
It's almost identical to Palm Springs. You turn right to go to Palm Springs, you turn left to go to Joshua.
Yeah, that's incredible. So summer, Palm Springs, and the rest of the year, spend your time in Joshua Tree for your vacations.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's some really neat sights you can see out here.
And for those shipping container homes, I know you said that you reinforce it to the foundation. Is there an option to be able to make it and later transport it to a different area? So are they mobile?
So they can be mobile. I don't do that, but I am in communication with another company who approached us and our engineer, and they are working on that very thing. So we're going to be involved in that. Maybe you can tune into that later and we can talk about that. But I think it's a little bit down the road, maybe about a year at the most. But yeah, it looks like it's going to happen.
That's pretty cool. That makes it so much easier, especially for people that are retired, who don't want to spend, or who just don't want to spend too much time in one place. That would be pretty cool to just be able to pick up the entire home and put it in a different area. Absolutely.
Hook it to a fifth wheel truck and just, tow it off the property somewhere else.
And would you be able to have these mobile homes, somewhere right in front of the beach, or would the salt water and the air ruin it?
No, the shipping containers are made for salt water. As you know, they come over on boats from overseas.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've actually, like, sometimes they fall off the boat because they get into a storm, and they can float in the water for up to a week. That's how watertight they can be. So they're made to be in a salty environment. Like I said, I've built in Dana Point before, and that's right by the ocean. So
perfect. Yeah, that's pretty cool, because just hearing the news, I think it's been a little over a year now in Florida with the that condo that collapsed. They were saying that the reason behind it is because the salt water had gotten into the bones of the structure over time, and they didn't take care of it. So to learn that such a simple idea is literally indestructible, that's a better option than investing in a luxury condo in Florida, apparently.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, built the right way and maintained the right way, like I said, it's going to last forever. It's easy to take care of too.
Yeah. And are you the one that sources the development sites, or
yes, I'm the same. I'm kind of the chief cook and bottle washer of the company here. I do have a partner, but we have a number of lots up here in Joshua Tree and Landers, and that we're getting ready to build on, in fact, in the next 2 weeks. And so, yeah, we find the lots, purchase the lots, we take care of all the infrastructure, water and electricity and everything that's needed. And then we build the house on top of that. So we can do that for, if there's one of your listeners wants to have it done, we'll find them the lot and build them the house, and it'll be theirs.
Yeah, and most of our listeners are real estate agents. So for agents listening to this, you can still find the development site for your client and then hire Jay so that he can create this home on the land that you find. But also one of the key points is, if you are speaking to a client right now who's kind of afraid of a long-term investment because let's say that they're afraid of the recession or whatever the reason is, or let's say job insecurity or the little commission, this is the right way to go, because they do not have to wait a year and pray that their financial situation doesn't change. This home can be built in 3 months. So if they have 3-month job security, then they know that they can make the final touches and finish their home in time before, God forbid, anything terrible happens financially.
Exactly. You're exactly right. And we are in unsure times right now. And it's a little bit stressful. We all know that in the long run, real estate is always a good investment. I mean, it always tends to come back and increase in price. So I'm not too worried about that. But there is a problem with people being able to continue to afford housing, definitely here in California. So this would definitely be the way to go. You can buy a lot out here in Joshua Tree for $30,000, right? So for $30,000, you can own 2.5 acres and then get a hold of a company like us. And we could even put in a very small, build your ADU first. And you could have that for rent out and then decide what you want to do on a bigger house later on down the road. So
saying it's a really great investment opportunity. Even if you don't plan on living in the home, you're right. Whether it's Airbnb or as a rental, you can make so much money off of this in the long term. Absolutely.
It's a very, very popular place. The national park, 3 million people a year visit the national park here in Joshua Tree. And the numbers are going up. Yeah. So it's incredible. It's a great investment area. Ara, that you spoke with from Cash Investors, they've invested out here as well in some properties in Joshua Tree and are doing quite well with it themselves. So
they do have a beautiful home there.
Yeah, Angel House, I believe it's called.
Yes, it is.
And they are great guys, by the way. If there's wonderful gentlemen. So
yes, they are. They're great. They're great with their business and all their clients. So for anyone that's looking to flip or sell their home to be flipped, Cash Investors is the place to go.
Absolutely. I mean, the personal care that you get from them is just remarkable. I mean, they're just really, really great people. So anyway, enough about them. I'm great too.
Yes, I can attest to that too after meeting you. And I was going to say, I read online that shipping home containers, they actually keep a very high resale value.
Yeah. In Dana Point, what it did for that property, you just wouldn't believe it. It increased the property value by like a third. And it was just a small ADU that we built, similar to the size of the one we built here. And it's just amazing what it did to the property. So they do hold their value.
That's incredible. And these shipping containers are much smaller than people are imagining, I believe. So do you guys do free consultations? Because I know there are some people watching that either their clients, if they're a real estate agent, or on their own property, they do probably have a small piece of land behind their home, and they probably can't imagine how something so small can house an ADU. And with what you do, I think you don't take up much space, and all of a sudden, in 3 to 6 months, they can have a side source of income coming in.
Absolutely. I mean, the house in Dana Point, I keep going back to that, but it was only a 5,600 square foot lot, which is a small lot. Already had a house on it, and the house was set way back. But we found a location for it, and we actually craned, you can see it on my YouTube channel, we craned the container up over top of the house and set it on the foundation. And so, yeah, the footprint is so small, it's 8 by 20, right? And if you want to do a porch on that, of course, it adds to the size, but it's a very small footprint. And because of the popularity of container houses, you can get a super high amount of rent for it. So it's a good decision. Yeah, and absolutely free consultation. They can give me a call or email me, and I'm happy to talk them through the whole thing.
Perfect. And for people that are thinking of investing in this, are these buyers able to use the same type of loans to purchase these container homes, or would it have to be all cash?
No. It's absolutely, this particular house right here is being financed, right? It closes escrow, I believe, like on the 5th, and they got a loan for it, right? So I forget what the amount they put down, but it finances like a regular house. You have to get building permits, and we have building inspection and engineered plans, and it's a real house. It's just made out of shipping containers. That's it. Yeah. So it's not an issue.
That's incredible. And also, I have to keep going back to this. The inside of the home, you would never ever be able to tell that you are in a shipping container. It looks the same, if not better, than most of the homes I've seen.
It's pretty cute, I have to admit. They wanted open shell. Now, we do leave one wall. We left a wall in this one where we have metal, and upstairs because they wanted it. I wish I could give you a tour. I don't know how to do it very well, but like the roof deck is amazing. Here's the stairs. And
okay.
I'll try to go walk through it. If it gets annoying, let me know.
Okay.
So we just go up the stairs here, and then we have 2 bedrooms and a shared bathroom up here, and each bedroom has its own private balcony. So here's this bedroom. And the closet is specially designed for Airbnb, hanging on the top, and then we have drawers on the bottom. And you go out onto your private balcony where you have this beautiful view.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it's a fun. And then into the shared bathroom. Nice big shower. And
that's a beautiful bathroom.
Thank you. Bedroom number 2 is similar to the other bedroom, and we have a balcony here which overlooks the pool. And a spa. There's the AD over there. I think you can see it on the camera. Yeah. And then the beautiful Joshua Tree view.
And it's incredible that it has a pool. I know, looking through Airbnb, not too many properties in Joshua Tree have their own pool.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's nice. I mean, you need it if you're going to visit out here in the summertime. It's just so nice to cool off. I have a pool at my house. I live out here in Landers, and it can be 104, and you jump in that pool, and it's like you're at the beach. So it's a really great thing, and they're fairly inexpensive. They're not. I think this pool was around $8,000, which is kind of a lot of money, but it's a really good quality pool, and it looks fantastic, and it's big enough for all your friends.
Yeah. And for people that don't like the above ground pools, you could probably just build a deck around it, and it'll look like a normal in-ground pool.
Right, which is what this is what Chris is doing out here right now. He's going to put a bench all the way around this pool, and so it will be like it's ground level, but you're up off the ground with the deck. So. And
how deep does that pool go?
That's almost 5 feet deep. I think it's 52 or 54 inches deep. So pretty nice.
It's a good size, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I can't wait until you post the final results, the final walkthrough on social media, and we'll make sure to link all of your social media down below for all of our viewers to be able to view and to message you, reach out to you.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We're very anxious. It's we do have a filming that's going to be coming in here next week and putting it together. So I'm just dying to share it with all the people on Instagram and on social media out there, and it's going to be fun. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. Congratulations on all your hard work. You've designed it perfectly. Everything looks great. And I'm sure all the future Airbnb guests are going to be posting this on social media too. And maybe you can actually add something in the home where it says who built the home. I don't know if the buyer will allow that, but some.
I already have plans to do that. I just have to ask the owner. We want to put inside the box on the metal wall downstairs, painted on there, so it looks very cool.
Yeah. Maybe add like a laser cut QR code so that they can scan it and just jump onto your YouTube channel or Instagram or something, because all the work that you're doing is amazing. And I do think you deserve the recognition and much more clientele in the future. Can't wait to see what you keep doing with this.
Well, thank you so much. You're making me blush. I don't know if you can tell.
It's the Joshua heat.
Yeah, the Joshua heat. Exactly.
Okay,
Wonderful.
perfect. Thank you so much. I know you were so busy today with Edison out there doing the final touches on the house. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope that we can talk again in the future, maybe when you start doing mobile homes, so to see how that's working out. And for everyone at home, again, we'll link everything down below so that you can contact Jay inside the Box California. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments about our podcast, feel free to DM us, comment below, anything. And just remember that you could do what Jay has been doing. He has a ton of experience behind him, so he's a great resource to reach out to, maybe partner up with him, invest in his product. And just remember, the change begins with you. Change begins at home.